and welcome to this special broadcast on Sansad TV. I am Teena. 21st of June marks the International Day of Yoga. This year marks the 9th edition of the day, which is aimed at promoting awareness of the enduring benefits of yoga. An invaluable gift of the ancient Indian tradition, yoga today has emerged as one of the most trusted means to boost physical and mental well-being. The word yoga is derived from the Sanskrit root yuj, which means to join or to unite, symbolizing the unity of mind and body. In the words of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in this century, we realize that yoga indeed has united the world. Encapsulating the vision and aspiration of India is the theme of International Yoga Day 2023, Yoga for Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, representing our collective desire for one earth, one family, one future. So how has yoga contributed in connecting people, especially in this divided world? How has the International Day of Yoga enhanced public awareness and understanding about the manifold benefits of yoga? All this and much more on this Yoga Day special episode on Sansad TV. I'm pleased to welcome on the program today two eminent guests, Ms. Mansi Gulati. She is a yoga influencer and trainer, and she's also an author who's written about 18 books on yoga. And joining us virtually is Shubhaji Satyaranjan. He practices and teaches yoga, meditation, Ayurveda and Ayurvedic treatments in Italy. Thank you to both my guests for joining me on this special program on the Yoga Day special episode that we're doing on Sansad TV. Mr. Paul, allow me to begin the program today with you, sir. The first comments from you on the International Day of Yoga. Let's begin with the theme this year. It says, Yoga for Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Now, this theme beautifully encapsulates with India's aspiration and vision of one earth, one world, one future. Do you see yoga, which means to unite, to connect, in today's deeply divided world, acting as that uniting force?
Of course. Look, the thing is, yoga is to unite, and it is uniting. Unfortunately, it is the ignorance of human beings which divided unnecessarily the world into pieces. Now, the time has come. It is our ancient knowledge of Veda and Yoga and Ayurveda and meditation, which is really making people aware of what they're really living for. Because people, they have forgotten. Being here in Europe, I can tell you, the people, they just go around without knowing what is their goal of life. Human life is a divine gift. And it should not be treated as it is got for free. The people are not allowed to, people should not, treat it as if it has no value. So our ancient knowledge of yoga and meditation, which is making people first of all aware of their values, and also they understand there are certain do's and don'ts to be followed in life. It is not only in civic life, but also in personal life. People here, they're very much aware of civic life, but so far as the personal life is concerned, they really do not, they do not care so much, because they still follow eat, drink and be merry, but finally, after it is touching its, earth, even beyond earth, they do not know how to go. They have tried all the means, finally understands that they have to get back to the ancient wisdoms, ancient knowledge. And India, one of the few countries which had the courage and capacity to keep on track. They did not forget the value of life. They did not forget the means of life, the objective of life. And that is what is making people very much happier, I can say. It's been 40 years that I am living in Europe, and I can tell you, thousands of people that I have met. I taught yoga, and at least 600 yoga teachers I have formed from my school, Ananda Ashram. So you can imagine this mission of mine. It is, of course, it is inspired by my Gurudev Sri Sri Ananda Murti Ji of Ananda Marga, which sent me here in Europe in order to reunite human beings from their, disasters that they were going through.
You're right. Yoga is India's gift to the world. You rightly pointed out how it is something that symbolizes peace and harmony, something that India has always stood for. Mansi ji, your thoughts on how yoga not just has health benefits, but in today's world where we see a lot of conflict all around, there's violence, even in society, in the way people handle stress, the lifestyle diseases, how do you think yoga has gained popularity, and especially among youth? What else needs to be done to propagate it further among the youth?
Absolutely. First of all, hearty congratulations to everyone. Happy International Yoga Day. So, yoga is not about performing asanas, it is not about jumping mantra. Yoga is all about concentration. Do anything with 100% concentration, that is all about yoga. Yoga makes us emotionally stable, mentally strong and physically fit. So if like asanas are very important, it keep our body in discipline. So my kind request to all of you, please guys, do yoga every day. 30 minutes if you are going to do yoga, believe me, yoga कहते हैं योगा से ही सब होगा, स्वस्थ रहेंगे, निरोग रहेंगे. So please do follow yoga.
You are someone who introduced the concept of face yoga. How do you see that actually becoming popular among the youngsters? Because, earlier on when we were talking, you were saying how it has become extremely popular among the youngsters of the other countries. But in India here, perhaps our youngsters are finding it boring because there are other interesting forms of exercise. Right. And even from the context of stress management, where we are dealing with a lot of problems in both our personal and professional lives, how can yoga be that force which can help us ease through all our problems? Absolutely.
I am just going to perform one asana which is very, very good for reducing the stress. Face yoga is not a new thing, guys. It's a part of your Ashtang Yoga only. Yam, Niyam, Asana, Pranayama, Dhyana. Yam is very important, personal discipline we need to follow. Niyam, we need to follow social discipline. Asana are also very important because that help to strengthen and tone and keep your body in discipline. Pranayama, prana means breath, yama means control. So control toward your breath is important. That help to expand your age. It help to increase your lung capacity, and all the breathing exercises are for cleansing your body. And dhyana, meditation is important. Meditation is all about living in the present moment. So just one asana in face yoga which is really, really good for reducing stress, will do it. In just contract, inhale, squeeze your face for 10 seconds. Hold and release. So this asana is very, very good. It helps to contract your all the muscle, very good for increasing blood circulation, and you can see instant result. It helps to reduce the stress.
It has manifold benefits, something that India wants the world to know about, and because of which our Prime Minister proposed the idea of an International Day of Yoga. It's the 9th edition of International Day of Yoga. Mr. Paul, tell us about what have been the biggest strengths. Yoga is vast. Yoga has several benefits. What have been some of its core strengths which has helped it see unprecedented popularity? We are seeing people across the world today not just adopting to yoga but practicing yoga in huge numbers. So if you could just share with us and our viewers what has been the biggest strength of yoga, which has in a way which stands as testimony to India's soft power today.
Look, the thing is, people normally they go once there are some benefits. It's true that we all look for benefits to get, But in yoga, we teach how to give. Because if you expect always from others, from outside, from outer world, you can get, but it will never make you feel blessed, make you feel satisfied, because it will all go away. The bliss, the inner peace that my colleague was speaking about, that you can discover from within. Yoga, unfortunately, known only for exercises, which is 1/8 of yoga,
Right.
and rest of 7 items of yoga, 7 limbs of yoga has not been popularized simply because they teach to give. Here in West, people, they are a bit smart. I mean, so I had very much easy step, I must say, that it was not hard. In the beginning in 84, when I came for the first time, it was not that easy, but slowly it became really easier. And after our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, who introduced 21st June as Yoga Day, International Yoga Day, which was accepted by everyone. So this shows that we are going back towards our ancient knowledge, where lies the truth. Because the falsehood, we have understood how far can it take us. But we understood that falsehood is not the way. It is the truth. Asatoma sadgamaya, tamasoma jyotirgamaya, mrityunma amritam gamaya. This is what the spirit that we must introduce, we must reintroduce to ourselves, and also whoever come across this discipline called yoga.
Mr. Paul, you spoke about the reluctance that you faced in your initial years. Now, you're someone who has traveled across continents to several countries. What was the kind of reluctance, and how do you think that reluctance now has gone away? There is more and more acceptance, and the diversity that yoga has to offer has begun to be accepted by one and all across the globe.
In one word, I could say that it was doubts. People used to doubt a lot because there are so many, forms of knowledge that people, they get from different sources. So they get somehow a kind of, confused. So they didn't have the real idea, but when we asked them to come and join and experience it without coming into conclusion, so this is how really made them understand that it is, we should come to a conclusion after we have tried it. So they try. I should not say that it is 100%. Whoever has tried has gone along, but at least 80% of my students, they have gone along, and that is what is the fantastic satisfaction that I must say in my life, that did not bring people towards falsehood, but I showed them the path of truth, path of happiness, path of inner health, inner well-being.
You're right. Increased awareness, and ever since the International Day of Yoga has been celebrated every year on the 21st of June, that reluctance has been replaced by acceptance. But one thing, Mansi ji, that I would like you to tell our viewers is, and you've spoken about it in your books also, is how yoga is more often seen as a way of treatment, whereas it should be imbibed more as a lifestyle, as a preventive measure. How do you think that shift will happen?
Okay, so honestly speaking, this I can elaborate in a very simple way. So what you need to follow, that I'm just going to like we are going to discuss on that. What we need to follow, your body is a combination of sun and moon. So if after 5 you are going to stop eating oily food, junk food, it is good for your health, guys. So, and drink lot of water. Every half an hour we need to drink half glass of water. Keep your body always hydrated. And morning every you have to start with warm water, of course, and you need to do some yoga asan. Yoga is very important, keeping your body in discipline. So make sure about it. You are going to follow a diet, like after 5 stop eating oily food, junk food, no salt, like no salt, and if possible, like just follow 30-minute yoga every day. It helps to increase your blood circulation. It is very, very good for your muscle strengthening also. Simple thing you can follow and stay a healthy life.
And apart from the health benefits that we've just spoken about, the spiritual benefits that yoga has to offer, do you also see it becoming an important avenue for professional growth, especially in a country like ours where we have a lot of youngsters who are out there seeking jobs? This has become an area for growing commerce, for employment generation, for entrepreneurial aspirations as well, because the market size is only growing because of the unprecedented popularity that we're seeing.
Yes, it is very important. Empower and employment, both are important. So in our organization, we offer courses like teacher training course, and we employ people also. So they can work after the accomplishment of your course. You can work with us, and yoga have many benefits. Of course, like it is good, you are spreading knowledge, health, and it is really good. Like I will request you all, you can join yoga courses, and you can travel across other countries also, and it is really, really good.
Mr. Paul, coming back to you on the same question on the area of commerce, on the area of employment generation. Globally, we are seeing how the global yoga market, in terms of the online classes that are taking place, the popularity that we have just spoken about. The number says the yoga market, the global yoga market, was valued at somewhere around $38 billion in 2019, post-pandemic. And of course, because of the popularity of International Day of Yoga, it is projected to reach about $66 billion by 2027. So from that context also, globally, do you see it as becoming an important avenue for professional growth for people, for youngsters around the world?
Partially, yes. I believe in it. But at the same time, I'd like to remind that it should not be taken as business. Because yoga was not introduced thousands of years ago in order to make us business in 21st century. So we must try to recognize, we must try to understand the spirit of yoga. The moment you leave yoga within, the others around you, they would feel difference in you. And that's how they will come and ask, what is it that you are different from me? Then only you could go. Because, the business is, the spirit of business is today, it is there, tomorrow it won't be there, as you have seen in many other products, in the many other medicines also in this commerce. But yoga should not be treated as medicine or a product to be sold.
Right.
Yoga is to be seen, to be felt, and to be shared with people with the spirit of uniting, not making money. I'm here for 40 years. You can understand that the spirit I'm still maintaining. I could have made millions, but I did not go for it. But I have hundreds of friends, hundreds of students here all around Europe. They contact me, they ask for their, they ask suggestions, and this is what is a fantastic service that I could give to this world. I'm happy what I have done, and I would continue doing what I am doing. I would really expect all yoga teachers should have in their heart this feeling of sharing, because this sharing will help maintain this discipline still in this world. If we put it as a product to be sold, I'm afraid that one day it might lose its depth. It might lose its value. So let us not see it in that way.
Absolutely.
Of course,
The spirit of yoga.
If we have to live, we need to pay the rent, we need to pay bills, so it is all there, and it is, I can assure you that it is all taken care of. It is all taken care of. We should not be afraid of that in order to put yoga on the other part of the scale.
You're right. Perhaps, despite the growing size and scale of the global yoga market, what's important is that the spirit, the philosophy of yoga should always remain intact. One question, Mansi ji, to you is, when we talk about yoga being extremely diverse, about making it more popular among youngsters, especially in our country, what are the other aspects that you see should be promoted more often?
Yep.
Right now, we are seeing that it's limited to some of the asanas, limited to a certain section, but it needs to be expanded.
Absolutely.
So, what is it that we still need to explore?
See, honestly, I have introduced face yoga in India. Face yoga is also very good. People, they are spending a lot of money, cosmetic and surgery, Botox, and sometimes we heard it turn bad also. So face yoga is also good, like 87 asana are there. There are face 87 asana, 87 poses, and that also help to control wrinkle, acne, pigmentation, excellent to control sinus, thyroid and migraine. So other like people, they can do face yoga to maintain youthful vitality in your skin, and secondly power yoga for weight loss, and many other, like they honestly speaking, you need to follow diet also play very important role. So please make sure about it, like after 5 stop eating the oily and junk, and always take care of yourself, take care of your health, do yoga. Yoga is very important because it keep our body in discipline, and face yoga is amazing.
Mr. Paul, let me come back to you for one last question, because we've spoken at length about yoga, how it has seen unprecedented popularity globally, especially in recent years. But the fact is, what the Prime Minister envisions is he wants India to become the holistic health capital of the world, and for which efforts need to be made towards promoting Ayurveda, Unani, homeopathy, etc. What is it, do you think, what are the kind of efforts we need to make in the times to come to promote all of these, just like we did to yoga, just like yoga has become popular, we need to also popularize all of these to actually make India the health capital of the world?
I think we're on the right track. It is the awareness. People, when they see that they can get something by doing what they are doing, by renunciating something that they were habituated to, then they will continue doing it, and I'm sure this will bring the awareness. Because after all, human beings, it is different from other living beings. We are, we're rational living beings. And we should rationally try to understand and then apply in our personal life and in our collective life also. This is how I think we can. Anyway, I must say I'm really grateful to our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, who has really had courage and the vision to introduce yoga, which is really bringing as a very, very deep effect on the human beings throughout the world, and it is going to bring unity. I'm sure about it.
You're right, and it's going to help India realize its aspiration of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, which we deeply believe in. We've been propagating this philosophy. This also is our theme for G20 presidency: One Earth, One Family, One Future. We believe in shared resources, shared values is something that Dr. Paul also spoke about. So
I must tell you,
yes.
sorry to say, I must tell you one thing. You know, those days in my beginning of, 80s, and now it's a big difference. They do not see Indians as foreigners. They do not see Indians in a, wrong eyes. They see Indians as if they can get something from him. So I'm really proud that I'm born in India and I was brought up in India. I was educated in India, and now I am serving the world with this spirit of service.
And I'm extremely
really
delighted to be actually talking to you, Mr. Paul, Mansi ji, today. You are experts in your own fields. You're helping propagate the philosophy of yoga, something that talks about uniting, connecting people, something that India has stood for. Time allows me to take up only that much on the program today. Thank you once again to both my guests for joining me on this special program, sharing your thoughts, your views with us and our viewers. And to you viewers, thank you very much for your time as well. Take good care of yourself. Thank you very much for your time.